Well, I'm known as the grumpy vlogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the ado and kindly view me on YouTube.
Hey folks, welcome to, what's going on here? All right, podcast number 2. Okay, I'm the Grumpy Vlogger. For those people that don't know who I am, as my name says, I'm grumpy and I'm a vlogger. And let me give you a little shot of what's going on. This is today's weather. It's currently weather. Let's see. It's a 2:35 p.m. Central Time at 16 degrees. It feels like 9. We are in a warming trend because this morning it was minus 9 degrees. Our high today is supposed to be 19, low is 15. I don't think we're going to see 19 because we got a new front coming in. It was sunny this morning. See, humidity is 55%, dew point 3%. Pressure is 30.21 with a visibility 10 miles. So, let me get back to here, and you guys can hear my dog barking in the background. So, why did I show the weather? Partly because, well, weather is a big thing right now here in Oklahoma. Here's the deal. We've had, a week ago, and I'm filming this on the 16th, Tuesday the 16th, and I'm going to try to do these every day. But a week ago, about this time, we had ice come in, and it started coming in Tuesday or Wednesday. And so we had about a good 1.5 inches of ice on the ground. I mean, we're talking just sheets of ice. And for those of you not familiar, what it is, it's so cold that as the rain is coming down and starts landing in trees, it freezes instantly. So think about rain hitting and freezing and the weight of that building up in layers of ice on tree limbs, power lines, the ground, the streets. And when you get about 1.5 inches of that out there, it is impossible to drive. You get the swaying of the power lines, the limbs start coming down because that ice weighs a lot heavier than that rain does. Because the rain drops to the ground, evaporates, that ice sticks in the trees, breaks all the branches. So just thinking of it as frozen rain. So that was last week, and it never warmed up enough to melt it off. And the streets were starting to get wore down a little bit, but they were still bad. I drove Friday, and so it must have come in Tuesday night, Wednesday, about a week ago from today. And it was ridiculous to drive out there. The main crossroads, they'd sanded any neighborhoods completely, unless maybe over where the rich folks live. They might have got sanded, but it just wasn't, it just never, I mean, it was just slick. It was nasty everywhere. Then, what's this, Tuesday? I think Sunday evening, actually Saturday night, early Sunday morning, 8 o'clock Sunday morning, it started snowing. And we'd been having flurries all day Saturday. So we're starting to get just a little light skifting, which was hiding the ice. So if you got out there and you didn't know, black ice is what they call it. So that went on. It snowed all day Sunday and all the way into yesterday evening, on and off, all day yesterday. And we ended up with about 6-7 inches of snow, I think. Let's see, I'll show you. This is how much snow we've got out there now. Now, mind you, that black ring around the tree, it's about this tall, it's about that tall. It's 4 inches, and then it sits there's some ground above that because we have dirt in there for stuff that grows around the tree, and so it sits up in it. So it's about 6 inches of snow, and it's just, well, you can see what it's like. It's just been unbelievable. Then it got down. We had frigid colds last night. It got down to -9. Felt like with the wind chill, I think it felt like minus 17 or minus 27. I don't remember now. But it was just unbelievably cold. It was -9 this morning at 8 o'clock. Well, as you all know, this storm has gone from Texas to Maine, and it's been kind of fast moving, but it's been dumping a lot. Well, Texas got hit with some pretty frigid temperatures and cold weather, and well, they're kind of on the same grid that we are. The problem is they generate most of their stuff off of the wind farms, because guys like T. Boone Pickens, who started pushing this, and he graduated from OSU, Oklahoma State University, years ago, and so he donated money to OSU to set up T. Boone Pickens Stadium, and he just really influenced Oklahoma people that, hey, we've got natural gas in abundance here. We can switch over some of our electric plants to natural gas, and we'll start promoting wind farms. Well, guess what? Friggin' wind farms don't work when they're frozen. So Texas has been without power. I have a friend that I grew up with in Colorado, and I graduated with him and his wife. And his wife's down in Dallas with her family right now, visiting down there, and got stuck down there. And they've been without electricity, or they were last night. And they lost their electricity at 10:30 last night. Well, that's because they don't have anything, but they don't seem to have any backups, and they're pulling off of the grid from anywhere they can get some electricity in. And one of those places that's being hit is Oklahoma, because we got a power plant right outside of town, and the Corporation Commission and the Southwest Power Authority grid, or whoever it was, decided that Oklahoma needed to suffer some rolling blackouts. Okay, I guess help our friend and neighbor, but not when it's friggin' -9 degrees. They shut off our electric at our lowest temperature this morning. At 8 o'clock this morning, it was -9, and they shut off our electricity. In my house, I'm all electric, so you can imagine what that was like. Fortunately for me, Judy, I'm trying to see how long I've gone on this too. Okay. Fortunately for me, Judy likes to sleep under an electric blanket. The one we have back in that bedroom is, my side doesn't even have a control on it, because I never sleep with one. But that one heats up really hot, and she had that thing cranked up on high. So when the electric went off, I had dozed off. She'd been up all night, and I'd been up with her most of the night. But she dozed off, or I dozed off, and she woke me at 8 o'clock and says, "You notice anything?" I looked at her. "No, not really. We don't have anything." I said, "What do you mean we don't have any?" And she says, "Look at the TV." And I looked up. I said, "Oh." I said, "What'd you do, shut the lights off?" She goes, "No, the electric went off." "Ah, crap." And I started looking. I said, "So are we having rolling blackouts?" "Yep. 8 o'clock this morning at -9 degrees. The powers that be, thank you very much from the Grumpy Vlogger for making us freeze our asses off." I mean, what kind of idiots come up with this kind of a plan? Why should we have to suffer because somebody else, and I'm all for helping my neighbor, but why is it that we have to suffer? And I've seen people on Facebook, how ridiculous this is, and somebody wrote up, well, they knew it was coming, they needed to have prepared, and if the old people couldn't, if the older people needed help, that, actually it was one of our newscasters, Lori Fulbright, from Channel 6 CBS News, and I just looking at a message that popped up on my phone, because I'm watching Judy on the monitor on my phone, because I use this monitor for this. But anyways, she says, don't be calling 911 because your electric's out, because your medical equipment or your is out, or you're worried about your medicines in the refrigerator. You know, they want you to be warned that they're getting overloaded and they need to save those lines for real emergencies. And people start writing up and says, "Are you kidding?" I mean, I actually like this reporter, but I lost all respect for her writing that today. And if she was quoting them, she says, "This is what they're saying." She's gotten harassed, and I you know, and it's like when you're on oxygen. One person put up example. Their friend's on a heart pump. You shut it off. That battery may not last an hour. They may not have battery backup. You know, he's going to die or could die. Judy without her oxygen. You know, there's all sorts of reasons. Her battery, she's got a battery backup, but those things don't last that long. You know, they're just not that good. And hers is a little bit older. She's had it for probably 8 or 9 years. But and so she writes that up, and a lot of people, you know, like they just got really ticked off about that because, hey, your medical equipment shuts down because the power company, you know, you have it set up, do not shut off due to non-payment. Okay, well, that's fine. They won't shut it off for that, but yet they'll shut it off because they shut the whole friggin' grid off. That's just uncalled for, and it's stupid. And you know, as my nephew wrote, welcome to the new Green Deal. You know, thank you very much, President Biden, for shutting down oil and all that. Yeah, just all this crap, you know. And we do have a coal burning, but they burn clean coal. That's another thing. My cousin works in he worked. They've since moved to Dallas. I bet they're Houston, but I'll bet they're freezing their butts off now. But he just helped move all the stuff down there and set it up, or he helped go down there and set it up after they moved it. And it's a machine shop that provided equipment for the oil industry, such as cooling fans, such as filters that go in these big pipes to clean all this stuff out. Well, that's the kind of stuff that's another job that's going to go by the wayside. And this, you guys, if you're all about tree hugging and all that stuff, good on you, man. I think we could all learn a little bit about conservation, but this kind of crap is uncalled for. My brother wrote up there it was Biden's fault because my niece, she was down in New Mexico. They're going through the same thing. Because she lives right on the border of Texas and New Mexico. And, yeah, we're having rolling blackouts. And she says, it's scary to think about that. And my brother writes up rather glibly, it's Obama's fault. And I wrote up and I said, well, of course it's his fault because Biden couldn't remember where the off switch is at anyways. You know, he can't find the power switch. Of course, then he wrote back, he says, well, we didn't have to worry about that with Trump. He had a group of people that flipped the switch for him. So, anyways, a little political humor, a little bantering between my brother and I. My brother just likes to banter, and so do I, you know, and it's all in fun. But really, we've got to start considering, you don't set up a rolling blackout system when it's -9 or lower. Some places were as much as -17 today. And anyway, so that's what my gripe is today. That's what I'm griping about. That's why I'm grumpy. I didn't get enough sleep. I froze my butt off this morning. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. I hope everybody who is out there dealing with this cold is trying to stay warm. My son just went and picked up some dog food, some medicines for Judy because he had to go pick up his wife. I said, if you're getting out, otherwise I was going to have to get out. And he said, nope, Dad, I'll get it. I got to go pick up my wife. So he went and picked up my daughter-in-law, and he dropped off. I had him get a big bag of dog food instead of the smaller ones. You know, in case I can't get out for a while, at least we'll have food to last us for, a month or more. Well, not a month. Last about 3 more weeks. But, and there's one other thing. If anybody knows how he's doing, I am concerned about Rick Halber. I know he wrote a comment on my video that I put up a week or two ago, and Ron Lockwood called me and asked me about it. And I hadn't seen it. I didn't know it was on my video. So I called and left a message with him today, but he didn't answer. But I understand he's in a rehab facility, and he was hoping to get home in about 3 weeks, and that was a week or two ago. So if anybody knows how Rick Halber is doing, please let us know in the comments, or give me, those of you that have my number or know how to get hold of me through Messenger, let us know, because that man has done so much for the drone community that I am blessed to be part of. Even though I am not a droner, and I don't claim to be, I'm not going to be talking about drones, unless I bring on a guest, and then we might talk about drones. But just let me know how Rick Halber is doing. So I'm running up. This is probably going to be about 17 minutes long. So I am going to do what I normally do. I'm going to say goodbye. I am going to start the little end clip, and try and stay warm, folks. Try and get hold of your power officials. Like in our state, the power companies are controlled by the Corporation Commission. Get hold of those people and say, this is unacceptable, or next election, you won't have a job. So that's to the Oklahoma Power Commission, Corporation Commission, I should say. That's who runs it. The Corporation Commission. We're coming for you. This thing today, and I'm sorry for all my friends in Texas. I hate it that you guys are going that long. But you need to have something besides them damn wind turbines, because they freeze. And when it's cloudy out, those solar panels don't work real well either. So let's think about something a little different besides all this tree-hugging green crap, Maybe we've learned a lesson from this. Anyways, folks, I'm the Grumpy Vlogger. I'm going to start the end of this and come back with the final word. Okay, remember what I say, folks. Be kind. Treat each other better than you treat yourselves. Let's quit the hate. Stop the hate. It's not necessary. We can pick on each other. We can have fun. We can make fun of each other's politics. But we need to interact as human beings. Be kind. Okay? And coming from a grumpy guy, that's saying a lot. I want to thank everybody who's kept Judy and myself in their prayers as we're dealing with Judy's ongoing struggles and advances with her after her stroke. I also want to give a shout out to my friend Larry Watts, whose mother is in ICU up in Tulsa, and she they think had a stroke too, and she's not doing all that well. Shout out to Rick Halber. Prayers for Rick Halber, guys. Remember prayers for this country of ours. It is a great country, and let's keep it that way. Okay? God bless. God help the USA. I'm the Grumpy Vlogger, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye for now.